Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Alana, that smoke really causing a lot of problems for people in the east, and we know all too well how dangerous that is here.
We've lived with that elevated particulate matter. The winds carrying that smoke east with the thickest plume right now from Chicago all the way up to New England. You can see why that is so problematic for the East Coast. But closer to home, we've got clearer air. Our southerly winds coming from a cleaner spot, and we've got active conditions out there. Now, air quality is in the moderate category, and that's due to ozone. That includes for the Wasatch Front, Box Elder County, and Duchesne County. Elevated particulate matter and ozone levels can team up, but today it's just ozone. It's a chemical reaction that happens with the heat of the day. Basically, it's a sunburn for your lungs, so you want to limit your time outdoors when we've got those higher levels, moderate right now. But no wildfire smoke here, which is a nice relief. 60s and 70s along the Wasatch Front. We do have storms out there. They have cooled temperatures ever so slightly, especially in Cache Valley with that latest storm coming through. 70s and 80s on the eastern side of the state, 86 in St. George. Along the Wasatch Front, those numbers will continue to drop into the 60s. An isolated storm can't be ruled out for the rest of the evening in Salt Lake County and Tooele County. We're going to monitor closely and keep you in the know. Look at these storm clouds. This is just an incredible photo. Thanks, Mr. Gibson. This is from North Ogden. He submitted this on abc4.com. Incredible shot as those storms were tracking north. Storm Tracker radar sweeping the region so you can see where we still have that isolated activity. Up towards Bear Lake, clearing Logan and Cache Valley, over the Great Salt Lake, a little bit of lightning, Heber, backside of the Wasatch, Spanish Fork, Payson, towards Nephi, over near Mona, West Desert, and some isolated activity as far south as Richfield. So we're talking about showers coming through, some gusty winds. The storm threat into tomorrow holds on. It is going to be a little more isolated than today with a slight chance. Here's why. So we've got this area of low pressure that's weakening today, and it is moving a little further north, funneling moisture into Utah, which is why we see those storms. For the close of our work week, it's a little further away. Those isolated storms will still be out there, but the further it gets away from us, drier air starts to settle in. So that low will eventually no longer impact us as we head into our Saturday. But then Sunday, things change yet again. We're not done with these upper level lows moving in and bringing storm potential, which you can notice over the next several days. Wet weather potential climbs back to isolated to scattered activity as that next low comes in. Let's look at the timing of the storms. We're warning you as you make those plans. Futurecast kind of shows the West Desert. Here we are by ABC4 News at 10. Layton to Salt Lake has the potential to see another storm coming through. Tooele County could be impacted there. By tomorrow afternoon, over the mountains, we see those storms popping and dropping. Drier in the West Desert, but eyes to the skies. As we head later into Friday in the West Desert towards Salt Lake County, in Utah County, there's potential for some isolated activity, really tied to the higher terrain, but you can't rule it out. We've seen what happened this week. As we head into Saturday, very isolated, so this will be the driest day of the next several. If you have outdoor plans, Saturday is definitely a better day than Sunday. 70s and 80s for those highs, 50s for overnight lows, 90 in Moab. Let's zoom in and you find your city. You're going to notice those numbers in the 60s and 70s in our mountain valleys, low 80s with the chance of some storms in the north. Central Utah has plenty of 70s, and as you head down south, we get some 90s returning to St. George, upper 80s near Lake Powell, cooler in the Four Corners area. St. George 7-day brings some cooler air, if a degree or two counts, to the 80s by Sunday with a slight chance of storms returning for Washington County. Wasatch Front, quieter tomorrow and into Saturday, and then we change it up again. Another upper level low tracks into the desert southwest. Scattered thunderstorm potential, very monsoon-like. It's going to feel that way into next week. There is an upside, and I feel like I need to bring the positivity.
Please do.
Because those faces didn't seem like you were so excited. We're staying cooler. All this cloud cover and these storms, we haven't hit 100 in St. George. Temperatures are pleasant in the 70s and 80s along the Wasatch Front. That's great for golf.
We'll let you slide.
Well, that's great for this snowpack that we've had this year as well.